Capricorn, are you ready? You definitely should be preparing, because your future self has been working very hard to pave the way to your North Node, to your destiny. And now is the time for you to take that first step on this nicely smooth paved road that has been built for you, by your higher self, by your future self. So your future self is a self that has already been in the present moment and has already worked through the struggles that you're working through and knows where it is that you're going and can help guide you there. So for me, as a reader and an energy worker and just a human being with some insights, I believe that time is not linear. It's more of a spiral. We can go back and forth on our timeline. In reality, all we have is the present moment. And we must remember that the future is just a present that has already happened. Sometimes I say it's a present moment that hasn't happened, but I'm more of the mind that it's a future moment that has already happened, but we have yet to experience it in the now. So your guides are definitely here in this reading. I pulled out some charms and some oracle cards to sit with your energy before I turned on the camera. And I want to talk to you about the message that I received. I rolled this astrological die and the North Node came up as something that you are deeply invested in right now. And also this charm field notes 753. And so there's something you're supposed to be noting, taking note of, as you walk along this path towards your destiny. And we're going to see where you're going in a second with tarot. But I also got the letters K-I-L. Then we have this open bird cage, a free bird, with two keys that came out. One says love on it, and it's gold. The other is silver, and it doesn't say anything. Okay, so I feel like you have two choices here, or you have a choice between two options that is coming up for you. We have an angel charm and also this mini tarot card that is the judgment card, which signals an awakening, signals an awareness that you're coming into, and a resurrection. We also have the letter O. The oracle cards that came out are the sun and the upper world. Oh my goodness. This is such beautiful energy, Capricorn. There's something that is going to work out for you in a big, big way. Maybe you haven't stepped onto this path quite yet. Maybe you see the path and you're about to go on it, or maybe you don't know that it's coming up. Regardless of where you are on the timeline of this energy, you're moving towards something that is really resonant with who you are, with the sun card in the upper world. And there's something about the good person that you are, the kind person, the big heart that you have, even though it's misunderstood at times, but Spirit understands you. Remember that. Even if others don't understand why you are the way you are, Spirit always sees your heart and knows what's in your heart. And there's something about what's in your heart that Spirit sees. And it's like they're moving some things aside from that were blocking your path. Okay, there were some roadblocks, obstacles that were coming up, but it's like Spirit's helping move those out of the way so that you can continue paving this path forward to your North Node. So I don't know what you've done. You've done a good deed lately, perhaps, or you've really worked on yourself. There's some kind of vulnerability that's been unlocked in you that is really healthy for you, that is getting you closer to the divine. And I feel like you're going to catch a little bit of a break here. Okay, and it's not really a lucky break. It's more of like a well-earned break. So let's see what this is all about for you, Capricorn. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andy. This is 13 Moon Tarot. I'm an intuitive reader, as you can tell. I work with many tools to help me translate the energy that I'm picking up on, that I'm feeling. Something about anatomy could be significant for you. Something about your lungs or your heart chakra you want to pay attention to. Maybe some kind of breathing exercise, breathing through your nose more, breathing from your diaphragm more. Pay attention to your breathing. There's some kind of energy that's growing in that space. Okay, let's see what is currently supporting Capricorn. What are the energies currently supporting Capricorn, spirit guides? Ooh, we have volcano. I feel like we had this for you before. Maybe it was in the last reading. And the energies challenging Capricorn. Like volcano from an entirely different deck. That's a message there too. Something might be coming towards you that is like presenting an opportunity, but it's from an entirely different intention or energy source. Maybe this is a new relationship, a new job, a new friendship, but like something you once encountered is coming back again, but from a totally different perspective. This time, it feels very clear, like you can see the full picture of where you're going, where you're headed, what's required of you, what you can gain out of this, how you relate to someone. It's like there isn't a lot of muddy, murky waters here in this situation. And if you find yourself in a situation where there is muddy, murky waters, then something is about to be cleared up for you. I see someone holding a flashlight, like looking into some kind of swampy water. You're going to be able to see the bottom of the riverbed and what's in there and whether it's worth your while to spend time gazing into it. Okay, that's a metaphor for someone. So let's see what's challenging you, Capricorn. What's challenging Capricorn at this time, Spirit? The challenge for Capricorn. For Capricorn. Peacock. Now this card, in its lower polarity, every card has a high polarity and a low polarity, a light aspect and a shadow aspect. In the tarot, every card, everything, everywhere, okay? Every person, every situation. It just depends on what we tune into and what we tap into. Okay, maybe you need to know that, because with Peacock coming out and the lower polarity meaning of this card, there is a little bit of a warning about surrounding yourself with people who are really up on their high horse. You know, they're a little bit self-focused, self-centered. Now, this could even be an aspect of yourself, so take it how it resonates. Could be someone else, could be you. But be careful here of just, getting too wrapped up in something where you forget others around you who really care for you, or you forget to connect with others in a genuine, heart-centered, heart-spaced way. So we can connect with business associates, friends, or family, or whoever it is, from a really kind of distanced perspective, because we're really caught up in something that's going on with us. But and that happens. And Spirit's saying, just be cautious of that. Something is going on for you, and it's very exciting. It's a little bit challenging right now, but it's very exciting. But don't forget to make those heart-centered connections with those that you love, because there could be a temptation to peacock some of your abundance that's coming in for you. Or somebody around you is doing this, and you have to be careful about who you associate with or who you hang out with. It is really true that the 5 people that you spend the most time with really reflect different aspects of yourself, or they reflect who you are. So try to befriend people who make you the best version of yourself, who inspire you, people that you look up to and you admire and you have respect for, because they reflect an aspect of you. And that is definitely something you have, Capricorn, is admiration and respect from the upper world. So a kind of showy person here is something to be cautious of and aware of. Okay, let's see. Tell me Capricorn's current energy, Spirit. What's going on with Capricorn these days? in relation to this message. The field notes. Something along the path that you need to take note of, you need to pay attention to. It's related to these letters, L, I, K, G, and O. It's kind of like go. Missing the E here. Go where you like. And like where you go? Go where you like. 2 keys. There's no need to take a tough... There's no need to be hard on yourself. Choose something that makes you feel open inside, that you're ready. Choose something that makes you feel like you want to open up to yourself, to a creative project, to other people around you. Okay, 3 more. Capricorn. Messages for their highest good and the highest good of all. Oh yes, the last message that we had for you, it was titled Karma for the Highest Good of All. So maybe you want to check out that message. I can't remember totally what it was about and what what Spirit asked you to do, what the guidance was for you. But I feel like if you watch that reading, or even if you feel inspired to go back to that reading, something about that lesson you completed, or you really took some kind of guidance from Spirit to heart. Maybe it wasn't from that reading, but the same kind of theme came up in your life and you received guidance elsewhere and you really took it to heart. And Spirit sees that. Okay, your current energy. Ooh, 5 of Swords. What are you looking at here? What are you looking at? Well, I know the 5 of Swords is a kind of card where we don't really want to be in this energy or even see it pop up, but it's life. But what I'm really focused on in this image is the smile that this person has, and it's supposed to represent a little bit of a sadistic nature where this person's happy that they trapped a butterfly. But it feels like to me that you're finally becoming aware that you've trapped a butterfly. It's like before you didn't even realize that there was something within you that wanted to expand, wanted to fly, wanted to free itself. And it's like now you see that transformative aspect of yourself. You see that butterfly and you're ready to take off the lid and let it soar. So with the 5 of Swords coming out for your energy, you could be being really rough on yourself, convincing yourself that you don't deserve something, or telling yourself, Andy, this is never coming in for me. There's no upper world supporting me. Look at all the shit I've been through, everything's dark and dreary. If that's your perspective, if that's your outlook, then you're 5 of Swordsing yourself. You're manipulating yourself into believing that you can't create your future, that you can't co-create your future with the universe, that you have no power in this realm when you actually have a lot of power. So don't lie to yourself to avoid disappointment, because you need to take a little bit of a risk and put that first foot on the path. Sometimes when we lie to ourselves and we say I'm not worth it, I'll never make it, this is gonna fail, this is just going to lead somewhere where I don't want to go, and we convince ourselves of that narrative, of that story. It's usually because we're scared of being disappointed. So we want to circumvent that, what we think is going to actually happen, by preparing ourselves for failure or trying to avoid the possibility of that failure. When in reality, Capricorn, that failure is not in your cards. The volcano is your support. Something's getting ready to erupt here. Maybe it's that lava that's paving the way, right? Because when the lava dries, it hardens into something that actually, the ash really does look like pavement, or the lava, when it cools and dries, it does look like pavement, and you can walk on it. And I feel like that's what's paving your way, is some kind of eruption that you have, some kind of realization that you can free yourself here. So from some limited mentality I'm hearing. So let's see your opportunity. The Queen of Wands. See how she's in the zone, meditating, manifesting, using her third eye to see the future, to envision the path ahead. So the Queen of Wands is someone who's really respected, really well liked. This is somebody who acts for the highest good of all. And people go to the Queen of Wands when they need help and support. She's a little bit of an advocate and a leader. So your opportunity is also to lead in some context. Maybe take the lead in a relationship, take the lead in the workplace, take the lead with your friends. I don't know, but you're leading and guiding some people down this path that you've paved, that the volcano has paved, that the eruption in your life has actually formed for you. And there might be somebody here in your midst who is resisting being led or guided by you. And if that's the case, that's okay. That's okay, Capricorn. Let that person go wherever it is they want to go. If someone's not listening to your guidance, your advice, your wisdom, then what? Three of Swords. Then let them learn the hard lesson that they're trying to learn. Okay, let's see what your opportunity is. Four of Swords. Your opportunity is rest and relaxation. Field notes. So this is you walking down that path of yours and taking a break, taking off your armor, laying your sword against the wall, freeing yourself from this weight, and taking a little bit of a break so that you can collect the information that you need, you can gain the skills and resources that you require. So this feels like a long journey that you're embarking on, where there are going to be little breaks along the way. But these breaks, however they actualize in the 3D material reality, whether they're breaks in between jobs, breaks in between relationships, or I don't know, some kind of break like you get sick, hopefully not, but some kind of break where you have to stop. These are opportunities for you to rest and to reflect on where you are and where you want to go next, what's worked and what hasn't worked. So this is a long journey. This is the journey, the sun in the upper world. So prepare for quite a trek. And when you make a long trek, you do prepare for breaks. You do prepare for exhaustion. You do prepare for hunger to come up. And you bring all the supplies and things that you need to help you when you get tired, to help you when you get cold and hungry. And Spirit's saying, you're going to need to pack some of those things on this journey. Because you haven't been on a journey like this in quite some time. But once you learn how to build a fire, you never forget. And that's what I'm getting, Capricorn, is you know how to build a fire. And you're Capricorn, you know how to work with the elements of the earth. So don't forget that. You know how to build the fire. You can keep yourself warm. You know how to survive. And you know that you have endurance to make it and see this journey through. So let's see another challenge that's coming up for you. Queen of Cups. At times you might feel lonely, okay? I'm going to be honest here. But there's something about these times where you feel alone or lonely that are perfect for you to cultivate a creative solution. sometimes we really need to be alone in order to feel our creative flow. It can be very distracting when other people's energies are around, or we're preoccupied with somebody else's problems or trying to help someone, etc., etc., and we're trying to create our life, trying to create something artistic, or trying to create our job, or build our dollar signs. I'm getting to build our dollar signs, or whatever it is that you want to create. We need that time alone in our sacred space to really get the energy moving in the way that we want without it being contaminated by other people in our lives. So there might be times along this path, on this journey, where you feel like, I haven't seen anyone in a couple days or a couple weeks maybe, or like it feels like people are so distant from me. And Spirit's saying, those are the times that you should go inward and start coming up with creative solutions to whatever it is that you're working on and whatever it is that you want to build. And going back to that message about connecting with the heart space, if you build those connections with others from the heart space and not from the ego, then you're never really alone. Your hearts are always connected, okay? Your souls are always connected because that relationship was forged through the frequency of the soul, okay? That's what I'm getting. Number 44 could be significant for you. So the new friends you meet, the new people you meet along your path, or even the relationships you currently have that you want to sustain, work on building that like deep soul connection. Because at those times when you're apart from those people, or they're preoccupied with their things and you got things going on, you'll still be able to feel their support energetically if you connect to them in that way. And for some of you, there's someone, or there will be someone who's only going to be a phone call away, and you need to know that. Or someone will say that to you. So let's see your advice. The King of Pentacles. 222 on the clock. Yeah, look at the pentacles right at the heart space. Nothing's more powerful than the frequency of love. And that might feel a little like, oh my God, are you serious, Andy? Because you're Saturn ruled, right? So it might feel a little bit like, this is just freaking cheesy. I'm not watching this anymore. And that's okay if you don't want to. You do what you like. Go where you like, right? But it's true. When we operate through the frequency of love, really anything is possible. And let me tell you, there are forces in the world that are doing everything in their power to break that frequency of love. Okay? They make our lives miserable by, hiking interest rates, or doing this, that, and the other, and not picking up garbage for 2 weeks, whatever it is, right? It's like, all of that starts to get us like all gnarly, and we're like, like, I can't believe this and I can't believe that, and that's just bullshit, and like, oh my God, what's happening over here? And you can be concerned with all those things and fight for your rights in whatever context you find yourself in, while still holding the frequency of love in your heart. That's what gets you towards abundance here, Capricorn. And I'm seeing you build an empire. I'm seeing you build something that is going to help other people, and it comes from your heart. And this frequency of love, which is such a precious, I want to say a precious commodity, something that we exchange with others. It's so precious because it's so powerful. And anybody who's been in love or done an act of kindness through the frequency of love knows how that feels. Even self-love, when you really hit that place of like, I'm so proud of myself. That love is just so powerful, that energy. And Spirit wants you to not let go of that, no matter how hard it gets. Okay? Or how hard it has been. It is getting easier. So let's see. Ten of Swords. I'm asking where you're going. The Chariot and the Queen of Swords. Let's get one more. The Eight of Cups and the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is telling me here, the Ten of Swords, you're flying away from some brutal ending, some difficult betrayal here, and you might have to let go of someone in your life who's kind of peacocking about, not operating through the frequency of love, not concerned with what's going on with you, really. This is somebody who doesn't ask about the things that you're interested in. You might have to let go of that. Spirit is saying you're ready to fly away. You're ready to go on your journey. And then we had the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is heading in your North Node. Heading toward your North Node. You see the light at the top? A place of truth and fairness. And there's something here that you've been trying to get out of your mind with the Six of Cups that has been really difficult to get over, to get through, to, end, to close, to get closure, all of that stuff. And finally, you do that. In the next 3 months, finally you close that chapter, you close the door, you walk away from this. You lose hope for something. And while I'm big on hope and faith and all of those things, sometimes we have to lose that hope so that we can get the closure that we need. If hope is keeping us stuck, then we have to move into acceptance and letting something from the past go. A failure of our own, a failed relationship, whatever it is, right? And I see you doing that, the Chariot. So let's get one card to close this out. I am going to do an extended. In the extended reading, I go a layer deeper into the message that came out here. If you don't want to go to that and you're like, I'm not paying for shit, Andy, what are you talking about? It's okay. Don't worry about it. Then just trust that you've received all the information that you need right here, right now. Okay, Capricorns, what do they need to hear to close this message out, Spirit? What's this great journey? What's this great journey? What can we say about this journey? Ooh, a lot. But we'll take the one card that flipped over. Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Somebody asked me the other day, the cards that fell, can you just tell me what they say? Sure, I could do that. But intuitively, I kind of feel like, I know when something wants to be taken, when something is not really relevant or useful for you. So I'll tell you the cards, but, keep that in mind. I don't know, somebody wants to know the cards that fell. That's moving out of stagnation, getting back to integrity, diving into a task, the disowned self, movement toward adventure, revelation, and treasures hidden in the shadows. So those could be side messages for you, but let's focus on what I intuitively feel guided towards as where you're heading. Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Okay, let's see. New ideas, beginnings, and curiosity. The Moon Maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face and facet of yourself that is aching to be shown to the world. Those qualities that you have been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendor. The volcano to erupt onto the scene, the sun, everything in illumination, under the light. Announce the new you to yourself first. Reveal it slowly to the world like the waxing moon. Allow others to be surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. Now it's time to set yourself free. The birdcage. The Moon Maiden belongs only to herself, and she is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention, that refuse to be intimidated, and that cannot be tamed or put inside a golden cage. The Moon Maiden invites you to shine with your own light, to have radiant curiosity, and to ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma, why do you believe this is so? Question everything others assume is a given. That's what a leader does. And do not collude with drama around you. So you might have to ask that question. Why do you believe that? Why do you say that? What led you to that conclusion? Ask those questions and see what the answers are. Become an unpredictable being, yet an eminently reliable friend. The Moon Maiden invites you to answer only to yourself and reminds you that you are not anyone's property. Be true to your soul's calling, even as some around you in a relationship or job want to capture your light inside a bottle. It could even be a part of yourself, since this card came out for your energy. So pay attention to your shadow. You know how to rise to the occasion just as unfailingly as the moon does. When the time comes, you return to darkness and become enshrouded in mystery until you are ready to return. Capricorn, this is very exciting. Have faith in yourself and go with your heart. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.